Good morning, students. I'm Miss Kavalpreet Kaur. Welcome you to my YouTube channel. And today I'll be discussing about Unit 9, People Development and Environment of Paper 1. As you all know, I am guiding students for NetSet examination, and my previous videos are on Paper 1 syllabus discussion, and till date I have completed a brief discussion about the 8 units of Paper 1. So today is this 9th topic, and as a good teacher we should always explain the objective of any topic before we start teaching to our students. So let's understand why this topic is so much important and present in the relevant situation. Environmental education is a process that allows individuals to explore environmental issues, engage in problem solving, and take action to improve the environment. As a result, individuals develop a deeper understanding of environmental issues and have the skills to make informed and responsible decisions. Okay, so this message itself tells us that why we should be sensitive to our environment. Now, with this lockdown, we must have realized the importance that we should not play with our nature and environment. Till date, we don't know whether this virus is man-made or something natural. But yes, we all are suffering. There are so many people who have died because of this, and the economic impact is still, you know how the situation is. So let's not go into it, but yes, I as a responsible citizen, I as a responsible individual should know how to take care and protect my environment. So let's move on to the session. I always start this my session with this suggestion, that is, I always say you to study in such a manner that we can easily score 10 marks. And there are few questions in this paper 1 which can be solved with tricks, common sense, and presence of mind. I always repeat that paper 1 is attempted by students belonging from any stream. So it has to be a general paper and not very technical questions related to the topic are asked. So we just need to remember we have to study in a manner that we are completing the updated syllabus. Any paper 1 book can be easily referred for this topic, but make sure you stick to the syllabus. And as I'm from Mumbai University, here we are taught environmental management subject at the undergraduate level. And if you have studied geography or your specialization is related to this topic, then it becomes very easier for you to score full 10 marks. Let's analyze the syllabus of this topic. People development and environment. It has been divided into 7 subtopics. Let's understand each subtopic. Development and environment. Under that we have millennium development and sustainable development goals. Okay, so this is something very much important, not only from the syllabus viewpoint, but from an individual viewpoint. We should know who has set these goals, how many millennium development goals are there, are they in existence even now, and what is sustainable development goals. Propose 17 goals and who has proposed them and which are the goals. All this should be very much be a part of the question of this examination. So I need to understand that we can expect one question from this topic. Then second is human and environment interaction, very much important. Anthropogenic activities and their impacts on environment. That is how the human and the environment interact. Then we have questions related to what is the impact of the human activities. It can be related to the agriculture. And then see, look at the third subtopic, environmental issues. This is very much our daily life. Local issues, regional, global, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, waste, which is divided into solid, liquid, biomedical, hazardous, electronic. Okay, so this is a regular feature and definitely we expect 2 questions related to this. Now we are all this facing this pandemic. So is it a local breakout or it is a global breakout? This can be very much question of the coming attempt. And just a note, if you are appearing for your state level examination, Some questions may be related to that particular state with respect to this topic, but whenever we are appearing for UGC NET examination, questions are definitely related to the entire nation. Yes, we can expect questions like this. Which was the first state to ban the plastic bags? Okay, this is something should be known to each and every student. Then questions on pollution are very much expected. They have been asked always. Sometimes it can be on assertion reasoning, sometimes it can be in the form of match the column, but yes, definite two questions. It means 4 marks can be from this topic. Then we have questions related to climate change and its socio-economic political dimensions. Okay, now it can be in the form of global warming or whether the glaciers are melting. So all these questions have been asked and will keep on part of this question paper. But what we need to understand, questions are not repeated, concepts are definitely repeated. Which are the global warming gases? Okay, so all such questions are being asked. Then next is impacts of pollutants on human health. This we must be very much aware about. Okay, whenever you read the newspaper, some questions are also available in those topics. Moving on to the next, we have natural and energy resources. Very much important. Again, one question expected, which are renewable resources, which are not renewable, and they always frame the question in a tricky manner. So we need to understand the different names for this topic. It can be conservative, non-conservative, modern, traditional. So they have mentioned about solar, wind, soil, hydro, geothermal, biomass, nuclear, and forest. So depending on all this, any question can be asked. Okay, we may have questions on fossil fuels. Then they may ask questions related to which of the government has taken initiative for this resources. Example, what is solar panel? Okay, which country or which state has decided to use this non-renewable or renewable energy resource. So such questions are very much expected. Next is natural hazards and disasters. Okay, if you have been watching the news, and as I'm from Mumbai, there was a landslide yesterday. So was it a natural disaster or was it a man-made disaster? So whenever we analyze such news, we can think that with how the question from a net set can be framed related to this topic. So few disasters are man-made and few disasters are natural. So what are the initiatives taken by the government? Okay, again I'm telling you, yesterday it was in the news that NDRF was prepared for it. Now what is NDRF? It is Natural Disaster Response Force. Okay, it is called to handle the disasters. All this is part of a NETSET syllabus. Okay, what is mitigation strategies? How they are going to handle it? Do they get a warning before that, or do they start evacuating people if there is going to be a disaster? And which country has faced a recent disaster, or what was the name of that particular disaster? All such questions are very much part of the syllabus. Moving on to the last subtopic, which is itself a huge topic, Environmental Protection Act 1986. This is an act which is a comprehensive and it includes so many acts. We have Air Act, we have Wildlife Act. Okay, all such many acts have been there. So sometimes you get a direct question that this act was established in which year, or what is the main objective of this act. Then we have questions related to National Action Plan on Climate Change. And for such questions, you always need to update yourself with the news. You may not even find content related to it in the books, but yes, this is very much general knowledge. Then we have international agreements which are signed between various countries. We need to understand why they are signing, how many countries are involved, or which is the parent body for it, what are the effects of it, what are the impact, what is the promise made by one country to the another. So all such questions are very much general. And see, they have mentioned about Montreal Protocol. Earlier they used to ask so many questions on this Rio Summit. Then we have Convention on Biodiversity. So on which day we celebrate Biodiversity Day? What is biodiversity? Then Kyoto Protocol earlier was to be a very, very important and popular question for NETSET examination. What is Kyoto Protocol? It was signed in which country? How many members are part of it? Then Paris Agreement, International Solar Alliance. Questions have been asked on such, because I always say this is not EVS, this is people, development and environment. So you need to understand that we have questions related to people, we have questions related to development, and we have definite questions related to the environment. Now, if I analyze the syllabus again, I always tell we expect a question from the first subtopic. So we may have question on sustainable development goals. Second and third definite questions related to pollution solution or something related to the initiatives taken by the government. So we expect two questions from here. Then we expect one question definite on the natural and energy resources. How tricky they frame the question is how we need to handle it. Then questions can be expected on the acts or the recent awareness. Example, there is a girl who's fighting for the environment. She's protesting. Someone won the UN award for cleaning the beaches. All this can be part of this general awareness also. So we need to understand that although the syllabus is vast, but we have to study in a way that we can easily score 10 marks. And trust me, this is not a very boring topic, as my generally students tell, ma'am, the syllabus is so huge that we are not able to study. How much we can remember every time the question change? Yes, that is part of NetSet examination. But what we need to remember is whenever we are watching news, we are reading any topic, we should analyze how the questions are framed. You can refer any environmental book for it, and please buy that book with which you are comfortable. The language should be easy for you, and try to solve the questions and keep yourself updated with the relevant news. And hope so you are studying. If you have not watched my previous videos, kindly watch them, and please make a note whenever you sit down to study any topic. Please watch my video because it becomes very easier, as I've shared some few tricks and tips as well. We don't have to study everything, but we need to remember on which topics I can give more focus. Okay, so please watch my previous videos, like them, and subscribe to my channel. All the best. Thank you.